Have you heard of this term called executive presence? Have you heard of this term called executive presence in a virtual world? Do you want to find out more? If yes, this video is for you. Hi, my name is Dickson, and today in this video I'm going to share with you executive presence in a virtual world. Right? Some of you may have heard of this term called executive presence. So executive presence basically means that it is a unique combination of skills and qualities that help you connect, inspire, and influence others. If you work in the office, right, you may notice that certain people somehow they carry this kind of like charisma as a leader. You don't know why, but somehow when this person is in the room, right, you know that this person is here, this person is the leader. And nowadays, as we move our work into this like a virtual world, right, how can you bring this executive presence from an offline world to the virtual world, right? So this is something I want to share with you about. And specifically, I'm going to share with you 3 tips that you can build your executive presence in a virtual world. So let me go through this with you now. So the first one is what I call the eye contact. Eye contact. So that is quite obvious because in this online virtual world, people will only see you in this frame, right? In this camera, or in this Zoom call, whatever tools you are using. So in order for you to have this executive presence in this virtual world, you must make sure that you keep good eye contact with the audience, right? So you must be able to see right into the camera and to connect with the audience virtually, right? So that's the first one, is what I call the eye contact. How about the second one? The second one is what I call the energy. Energy here, I mean like positive energy. Especially in this virtual world, right? People only see you within this frame, right? So whatever happened inside this frame, that is the opportunity for you, right, to connect with the audience, right? So you need to make sure that you have the positive energy, right? So people love to work with positive people, right? So if you can demonstrate some positive energy in this virtual world, you will be able to build your executive presence virtually more effectively. Okay, obviously people don't want to work with a leader that shows no energy, no emotion, like no enthusiasm. So people don't want that, right? So make sure that you have good energy when it comes to the virtual world. So how about the third one, right? The third one is what I call empathy. Empathy means that you care about others, right? You show that you care about others. So especially in virtual meeting, in virtual world, a lot of time when you are doing some presentation, when you are communicating, right, you tend to talk a lot. You tend to push a lot of information virtually, right, without pausing, right, without stopping and check understanding. Right? So that's why you need to show some empathy in this virtual meeting, in this virtual world, right? You have to stop from time to time. You have to check people's understanding. You have to ask questions, and at the same time let them to ask you some questions, right? So that's just the empathy. And of course, because increasingly we work in this like virtual world, right, you need to make sure that you check the connectivity between you and the audience. You also need to check whether they have questions or whether they want to ask you certain questions, right? So that is the empathy, right? So to recap, right, what are the 3 things that you need to do if you want to build executive presence in a virtual world? Number 1 is focus on eye contact, right? Make sure that you connect with the people, you maintain good eye contact. Number 2, energy, right? Positive energy in this virtual setting. Make sure that you have the positive energy. And the thirdly is what I call the this empathy. Empathy means you need to care about the other. You need to show that you care about others. Stop from time to time, ask some questions, let them ask you some questions. So what I can do is I can actually summarize this, right, into the 3 E. Right? The first E is eye contact. The second E is energy. The third E is empathy. Right? So I hope these three E's will be able to help you build executive presence in a virtual world. Once again, this is Dickson. Embrace three E's. Embrace executive presence in the virtual world. Cheers.